Hello and welcome to another episode of Talk Tottenham here with your host Tom. Looking ahead to the next Premier League match. That's right, guys. The Premier League is back after 2 weeks of a quite frankly very, very boring international break. Tottenham are back. The Premier League is back. And everything is okay in the world again. And this time, guys, we welcome Fulham to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Monday night game scheduled for 8 o'clock. And it's going to be interesting to see how the boys react, after 2 weeks away. Whereas, a lot of players would have been away on international break. So it would have been probably quite difficult for Ange to have done all that much. However, the fact that we don't play until Monday, I think is a very, very good thing. It gives us, an extra couple of days just to work on things with all of the boys back. So in this video, I'm going to be previewing the game. I'm going to be giving you my pre-match lineup prediction and also my predicted scoreline as well. So yeah, look, we've had a decent record against Fulham in recent years. I think it's a favourable game for us going into this game. Fulham have been hit and miss this season. I think the last time looking at the table, I think they're sitting around sort of 10th or 11th. So they're mid-table. They did get a point at the Emirates earlier this season and with a 2-2 draw. So we can't take this game lightly, is the message I really think that Ange needs to be telling the players. Our home form this season has been fantastic. It's been brilliant. I think we've won every game at home. We really need the points in this game because Arsenal are playing Chelsea on Saturday. So there's a good chance, I think, in that game that Chelsea could even potentially get a draw. Man City are at home to Brighton, so that as well is going to be a very tricky game for City. For us, we just need to worry about what we need to do and get the points in this game. When we're looking at the lineup for this game, really it's more of the same, I would say. So Vicario to start in goal for me. He's been an absolute brilliant signing. The transition between Hugo Lloris leaving the club and Vicario coming in has been so seamless. And let me know in the comments as well, guys. I don't have that kind of fear anymore with going back to the goalkeeper like I did with Hugo. Hugo was a great servant for Spurs, but in the last few years, a lot of errors crept into his game, and to be quite frank, I was never really ever happy with his distribution. So whereas Vicario seems very comfortable with both feet, and he always plays the right pass. So yeah, Vicario to start in goal. Right back, Pedro Porro. His form before the international break was brilliant. I've actually said in previous videos, for me, he's Tottenham's most improved player. There was a lot of question marks about Porro at the start of the season. Could he defend? How was he on one-on-one duels? We've always known he's pretty good going forward. He's got a goal in him, and he can attack. But now we're actually seeing really, really good disciplined defending from Porro. So Porro starts at right back for me. He's definitely keeping Emerson out of the team. And for me, Porro is clearly the better player of the two. Although, Emerson, when he has come on this season, has done quite a good job as well. Moving on to the centre-backs, the first right-sided centre-back that I think will be playing on Monday night will be Christian Romero. More of the same, please, Romero. I'm loving the aggressive displays that Romero's been putting in this season. And interestingly, I've heard the stat that up until the Liverpool game where he got booked, one, he hadn't been booked this season, but two, he hadn't even made a foul in the league. So something's happened there. I think Ange has got his arm around him and sort of said, look, you don't need to be constantly throwing yourself into challenges and being rash and on, really, damaging your discipline, because, Romero's been sent off more than once for Spurs and regularly gets booked. But I'm loving this more composed, disciplined defending from Romero now. And I think that's arguably because the man sitting next to him on Monday will be Mickey van der Ven again. And those guys look like they're forming a really, really good partnership. And I'm backing Spurs on Monday to keep a clean sheet as well, because Fulham's attacking threat doesn't really worry me too much. We might see a return of Carlos Vinicius, because I think Mitrovic would still be banned. I'm not sure, actually, to be honest. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Is Mitrovic likely to play? I haven't seen much of him this season. I think he still might be banned from his ban from last season. Mitrovic scored against Spurs actually last season, didn't he? In this exact fixture, and he is a dangerous player. So I'm still backing the defence to keep a clean sheet in this game. Van der Ven, what a signing! Pace, composure, strength. He's got everything. So really looking forward to seeing Romero and Van der Ven strike up their partnership again. And then coming in at left back will be Destiny Udogie. Caught a little bit of the England-Italy highlights during the week, and it was Udogie's run in the first half which actually led to Italy's opening goal, and it was a brilliant burst from Udogie, and he can do that. He just gets the ball and he gets out of his feet. He's got really good pace. And what I like about Doggy, he's so composed on the ball. We haven't had a left back like that for God knows how long. Ever probably since. Rose was good on the ball, so was Asu Okotu. I thought Asu Okotu was really good on the ball, actually. He reminds me a little bit of him, just the way that he can, get his head up, find a good ball, knows how to hang on to the ball for a little longer if he needs. And I'm so impressed with Udogie, so impressed. So that'll be my back four: Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Udogie. I don't think that defence has changed at all this season, has it? Oh no, well, Emerson started the season, didn't he, at right back instead of Porro. Other than that, I think the rest of the defence has been a mainstay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments, guys, if anyone else has come in. Did Ben Davies came on as a sub, didn't he, in the Man United game and got a goal? We haven't seen Eric Dyer. We haven't seen Ashley Phillips. Tanganga's obviously gone now. Am I missing anyone? No, I don't think so. So yeah, God forbid that we do get any injuries, because if any of those defenders come out, particularly the centre backs, we are then relying on Eric Dyer and Ashley Phillips, probably Ben Davies as well. So it's a big drop off in quality there. Moving on to the midfield now. Okay, now the first man who will be keeping his place, who's been electric for me this season. So much energy will be Pat Matasar. I thought he was really, really good just before the international break. Really, really good in that Liverpool game. He did impress me, and and he also did well at Luton as well. He did very, very well at Luton when Basuma went off. I thought he really did well up against some really physical guys in that Luton team. But Sarr, bundles of energy. I love the box to box, assets of his game. Gets his foot in. He does a lot of the ugly work that you don't see in games, Sarr. But then when he does get up the pitch, as we saw in the Man United game, he's got a lot of quality. And I would like to see him getting in the box more often. But Sarr definitely deserves to keep his spot. That spot is his to lose at the moment. And obviously we know Yves Bissouma is suspended. after picking up the red cards at Kenilworth Road. So it's going to be a return to the Tottenham team for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. His first start of the season. He's come off the bench enough. He's come off the bench in nearly every game, I think. And I've got to say, I was probably one of Højbjerg's critics for the last couple of seasons. I was never really sold on his quality. You can never question his commitment and his ability to get his foot in. But what I've questioned with Højbjerg over the last few seasons is his quality on the ball. I think that he gets the ball and quite often makes the wrong decision, a lot of sideways, backwards. However, he's really, really stepped it up this season when coming off the bench. In fact, I would go as far to say I think these have been his best performances for Tottenham. And I know that there might be just 20, 25 minutes here or there, or even less. But what he has done in those games is he's come in, he's shored things up, he's shown quality on the ball that I didn't actually think he had. And I think he really deserves a chance in the team. It's not to say when Basuma comes back from suspension that he'll get his place back. I would put Basuma back in. But if Højbjerg has a really, really good game against Fulham, that will give Ange questions. And it's a big game for Højbjerg, this, because he really needs to show the manager that he can do a job. And we all know, as I say, we all know his commitment to the badge. I just want to see a little bit more from him in this game, particularly when he's starting a game. So Højbjerg and Sarr will be in that double pivot. Playing just in front of them will be James Maddison, the playmaker, the lock picker. Playing in that attacking midfield number 8 role. Just been an absolute revelation, hasn't he? For Tottenham this season. Just so much quality. You just know when he gets the ball, something's going to happen. And it was Maddison, obviously, that set up Van der Ven's goal at Luton with another beautiful bit of skill on the byline. Very similar to what he did at the Emirates for Son's goal. Maddison, he's every single game I watch him play, he just seems to go up another level. And you can just tell he really cares as well. He really cares for the badge and he loves playing for Tottenham. And I'm so excited about Maddison that I think he could end up being one of our best signings ever if he keeps up this form. That's 5 assists already, I think, this season, 2 goals. The man's just on fire at the moment. And I'm putting money down on him that I think he can get another assist in this Fulham game as well. So, moving on to the flanks, starting on the right hand side, Dejan Kulusevski. He's been another one this season who's really stepped up his game. There is more to come from him. We're not quite seeing the explosive performances that we saw when he burst onto the scene in that first 6 months when Conte signed him. But we are seeing definitely a much improved performance. I love that he's taken on his man again. He seems like he's got his confidence back. I'm sure Big Ange just put his arm around him in training. Just said, look, you've got the quality. Make the right decisions more often. Believe in yourself. And I'm sure, because Kulusevski to me, he's a big confidence player, right? Very big confidence player, in the same way that Richarlison is as well. But we just see a little bit more end product, don't we, with Kulusevski. So, big game for Kulu in this one. On the left-hand side, now it's a little bit tricky. Is Brennan Johnson fit? I don't know. I did watch a little bit of Ange's press conference, and I think he was saying that I think he was alluding to the fact that it could be a little bit early for Johnson in this one. And then with Mana Solomon obviously out still, he's going to be out for another 2 or 3 months, which is still a big blow. We may still see Richarlison on that left-hand side. If Johnson's fit, if Brennan Johnson is fit, I would play him in this game. I think this would be a really, really good full debut. He played in the Arsenal game. That was his full debut. But in terms of his full home debut, this would be an excellent game for him to come in. Stretching the play, more direct. But if there is any slight concerns about niggles and knocks, put Richarlison in. Put Richarlison in. Give him another go. Time is running out for Richarlison, though. Let's be honest, guys. How much more time do we give him? I don't want to keep with the same rhetoric. I know it's not looking for scapegoats. What I'm looking for, though, is quality. And we can't carry any passengers in this team if we're going to stay anywhere near the top of the table. And it pains me to say it, but Richarlison at the moment is a bit of a passenger. And he's lucky that the other players are digging him out. But it won't carry on forever. It won't carry on forever at all. Richarlison's really got to step it up. If he gets a chance in this game from the start, we've got to see goals, got to see more assists. I think this could be a good game for him. It could be a good game for him to get on the score sheet. So I'm going to put Richarlison in on the left, and that leaves the number 9, the false 9, the captain of the team will be up front, Heung-min Son, who, you know, has been on an electric form this season. If anyone was questioning how he would cope after the departure of Kane, Sonny's just stepped up like he always did. You know, you go back years and years to Pochettino's days, and Sonny was coming in those games and proving his worth and playing up front by himself. Look at the game at the Etihad when we went through in the Champions League. I know we lost that night, but Sonny scored two, and he scored in the home leg as well, and basically got us through in that tie. Many other games as well where Son's led the line superbly because he's just a natural finisher. So yeah, that'll be my lineup, guys. What's your lineup? Let me know in the comments. Højbjerg and Sarr in the midfield pivot. My only worry with that is, are they too alike? Who else could potentially come in? You know, let's think about it. You know, you've got Oliver Skip. I don't know. I think Højbjerg has done more than Skip this season to merit a place in the team. Lo Celso, you know, let's talk about Lo Celso. Is he fit? What's his mind space in after coming back from Argentina? If, you know, that could be an interesting one. If Lo Celso came in, would you play him instead of Højbjerg? Or would you push him up to where Maddison is and play Maddison a bit further back? I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't want to sacrifice our creativity. And Maddison seems really comfortable in that position. But yeah, potentially Lo Celso could be one to come in. After that, really sort of scratching my head as to who could actually play in that midfield role. Yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. On the left-hand side, you know, Richarlison, would you play him? Would you give him another game, or would you maybe look at someone else? We are a little bit light, you know, for injury because of injuries at the moment. I can't wait for the return of Rodrigo Bentancur, by the way. Ange just said that he's back in full training, but this game will come too early for him. But when Bentancur comes back, can you imagine a midfield 3 or 4 of Sarr, Basuma, Bentancur and Maddison? I don't know how you get them all in there. Please, somebody tell me a way that would be possible, because there's immense quality in that quartet. Let's move on now and then, guys, to the match prediction. I do think this is a good game for us. If, you know, Fulham at home after the international break, if you're asking for a game to get back on the horse, this would be it. Okay, but having said that, Fulham are no mugs, but this really ought to be a game that we should be winning. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Tottenham win. Okay, I think it's not going to be easy. Fulham will make it tight, but I do think we've got the ability to keep the clean sheet. And going back up the other end, I think there's goals. If it's not 2-0, I think there could possibly be 3-0. But I'm going to err on the side of caution and just go for 2. Let me know your score prediction, guys, in the comments. How big is this game? If Arsenal drop points at Chelsea, we could go clear at the top. How good would that be? with the game against Chelsea to come the following week. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This video's been a little bit longer this time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'll be bringing you another video Monday evening after the game. Let's hope the boys do it and carry on their form. And as always, come on you Spurs.